brought a coffin into
Wow.
the service.
This man had died in a car accident. His name was Daniel Ekechukwu. And his wife had the faith
Evangelist Reinhard
to
Bonnke
bring him
is such
in
a
an
blessing.
ambulance after 3 days in the mortuary.
I was in Nigeria, in Onitsha. I was to
This
dedicate the
happened live
church.
in the church
And then,
in
while
Nigeria.
the service was going on and I was preaching, there was commotion at the back. A lady had arrived with her dead husband in a coffin. She wanted to bring it right here in front
What
of me.
manner of grace?
But the ushers, they made a big fuss. They wouldn't allow it. I was already in the middle of my message. After long discussion, they said, put the dead man in the basement. That's close enough.
God had to
If
judge
God
the
wants to raise him, he will raise him. And as I was preaching and praying up there, suddenly that man, 3 days in the mortuary and already embalmed, suddenly
Somebody rushed in and said, it's now breathing, that is breathing, is breathing.
I didn't even know there was a corpse in the cathedral. But somebody had faith. That wife had faith.
Hebrew 11:35, women receive their dead bodies to life. So the moment I read this place, that night, when I remembered all these things, I said, no, it cannot happen. I must do something to prove God again.
On Saturday, when we were sleeping in the night, the wife of my son, for I took him to the mortuary. The woman said that the husband is disturbing her, that they should carry her to Onitsha for Reverend Bonnke.
She said, God spoke to me, God spoke to me, God spoke to me. They couldn't get rid of her. They offered her the basement. But it doesn't matter to Jesus.
We rushed to this St. Eunice clinic and met Dr. Jose, thoroughly examined him and said he's off. But it's better we remove him and put him to the mortuary.
I was told he was involved in a motor accident at Onitsha. When I examined him, I looked at the chest. There were no respiratory movements. I listened with the stethoscope. There were no breath sounds. I tried to look at the heart, the cardiovascular system. There were no heart sounds, and the patient had no pulse. I looked at the eyes. The pupils were fixed and dilated.
Next day, almost all newspapers across Nigeria, Bonnke raises man from the dead. Wow. I like good rumors, you know. But Bonnke had done nothing. It was the handiwork of Jesus, who is the resurrection and the life.
Brake of my car failed. I missed this car 238. Because of how dangerous that place is, there's very big pillars they positioned there to wedge the car not to somersault inside the big place. So my car had to hit those pillars, and I hit my chest on the steering, and I remembered I was vomiting blood. Blood was coming out of my nose. I remembered they brought me out of the steering. That was all I could remember.
Right, this is the mortuary, and this is room 2. This is where we laid him. Top of this slab is where we laid him.
Well, it's shocking. Seeing a dead man, somebody that was once dead, is now alive. It's very shocking.
That shocked me. Although I had nothing to do with it, I don't take any credit for it either at all. It was the hand of God.